What's up guys, this is Lance with the Living in Sacramento team and we are back for another one. Now we're going to be covering something that's a hot topic. People are not moving to Sacramento. Yep, that's right, you heard it. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 6 suburbs that people are moving to that's not Sacramento, California. And better yet, we're going to do something completely different. Lauren and I are going to go out to each of these areas and we're going to show you some pros and some cons about some of these things. I don't even know that we're gonna like this list, but we're gonna leave it up to them. So we're gonna ask Chat GPT what are the top 6 suburbs to live in outside of Sacramento, California, and the best places for families. So let's go ahead and ask it. With Chat GPT, it does always give us a disclaimer. So it says, remember that the best suburb for your family will depend on your individual needs, such as proximity to work, school preferences, budget, and lifestyle. So it is a good idea to visit these areas, talk to local residents, and to get a feel for each of these communities and decide which one aligns best with your family's priorities. Additionally, that you may consult a local real estate agent for the most up-to-date information. So we obviously can't steer you to any one of these areas, but we're going to cover these top 6 areas as it relates to the top 6 suburbs that people are moving to outside of Sacramento. So we've got Elk Grove, we've got Folsom, Roseville, Rockland, Davis, and Granite Bay. So let's check it out. So like Chat GPT said, the best suburbs for families are solely going to depend on your own preference, but we're going to start with the first one on the list that Chat GPT recommended, which is going to be Elk Grove. Now, location-wise, Elk Grove is going to be somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes south of Sacramento, and it's going to be one of your closest suburbs proximity-wise to Sacramento. Now, proximity is going to be one of the main reasons why people love Elk Grove, but not just because you can get to downtown Sacramento pretty easily. Now, the city is pretty self-contained, but if you do have to work in downtown Sacramento, your commute won't be that bad. People also really like Elk Grove because if you have to go to the Bay Area for whatever reason, the drive from this area of town could be a little bit easier for you. People also love Elk Grove because there's still some affordability as it relates to the housing, and you have some of the best public school districts in the area. Now, one of my favorite things about Elk Grove is that you have some of my favorite restaurants located in this area of town, and one of my favorite neighborhoods, which is gonna be Laguna West. Now, restaurant-wise, you're gonna have West Coast Taco Bar, which is gonna be located down in Elk Grove off of the main strip on Elk Grove Boulevard. And then you're also gonna have Dust Bowl Brewery, which is gonna be one of my favorite breweries, which is gonna be located right behind me down the way from Old Town Plaza. Now, if I was gonna give you one of my cons of one of the things that I don't really like about Elk Grove personally, it's kind of flat. So being that we're so super close to the foothills in the Sierra Nevadas, I personally gravitate a little bit more to some of the towns up Highway 80 or up Highway 50 towards Lake Tahoe. But Elk Grove is gonna have a lot of agricultural land that's gonna be around towards the south side of Elk Grove and the east side over by Wilton. But for the most part, it's gonna be pretty flat. So for me, that's just gonna be one of my cons. It's not a super big deal, but you know, I like a little bit more terrain as it relates to my city. But we're gonna jump into the next one right now. Now, the next suburb that Chat GPT mentioned is gonna be Folsom. Now, Folsom is gonna be located about 35 to 45 minutes east of Sacramento up Highway 50 as you're going up towards South Lake Tahoe. Now, with Folsom having some big time local employers like Intel, Kikkoman, and CDCR, a lot of the time people are relocating to Folsom for a massive job opportunity. What they don't realize is that Folsom also has a ton of beautiful outdoor activity. You've got trails, plus you're in close proximity to Folsom Lake and Lake Natoma. Now, the pro for Folsom and my absolute favorite thing about Folsom is gonna be Sutter Street, where I'm located right now. So Sutter Street is gonna be an absolute blast. I spent most of my 20s here. There's gonna be a ton of awesome restaurants, bars, nightlife, tons of fun things to do regardless of whatever age that you're at. Now, my con and the thing that I don't really like about Folsom is it takes forever to get from one side of town to the other, and it doesn't seem like there's a very good direct shot. So if you're on one side of Folsom and you gotta go to Costco at the other side on East Bidwell, you gotta zig and zag and cut through town, and East Bidwell is gonna be a giant pain in the ass.
All right, next up on Chat GPT's list of awesome suburbs outside of Sacramento is going to be Roseville, California. Now, first off, let's talk about where Roseville's located. Roseville's located about 25 to 30 minutes northeast of Sacramento along Interstate 80 as you're headed on your way towards Lake Tahoe. Now, my favorite thing about Roseville is that everything you need is right here. You never have to leave Roseville to accomplish any of your errands or tasks. Now, when it comes to grocery stores, Roseville's definitely gonna have you covered. Depending on where you live, you'll be within 5 to 10 minutes of a grocery store. You'll have Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Rayleigh's, and Safeway. So, you know, if you have to run out and do a quick errand and grab something for dinner, or if you forgot something on your list and you're like me and you're constantly making last minute trips to the grocery store, you're always gonna be super close to a grocery store, which makes, you know, living in Roseville super convenient. Now, on top of being close to grocery stores and then being sprinkled throughout the entire city, you're also gonna have amazing shopping here. Roseville is home to the Roseville Galleria, which is also a regional shopping destination in Northern California. This mall has over 240 stores. So with over 240 stores here, there's definitely something for everyone. They've got high-end luxury stores like Louis Vuitton, as well. So you can definitely get all of your shopping, all of your back to school shopping, whatever you need, you're gonna be able to find it at the Roseville Galleria. Now, if you also enjoy shopping outdoors, right across from the Roseville Galleria, there's the fountains. We love coming here and hanging out. It's just a really cool, fun place to come hang out, you know, get some shopping in, grab a bite to eat, hang out by the fountains. You know, the fountains also does a really cool summer concert series here where you can go enjoy live music outside. It's just really, really fun place. So the awesome thing about Roseville is all of the shopping that this place has, you never have to leave to get anything done. Now, another thing that I absolutely love about Roseville is all of the restaurants here and the dining options that you have in Roseville. You don't have to leave Roseville to experience quality food. If that's something that you're interested in, we've got a ton of great restaurants. We've got all of your normal big brand chains that you're probably used to wherever you're living right now. We've got all of those. So, you know, we've got Cheesecake Factory, BJ's, we've got P.F. Chang's, we've got Fats, we've got Ruth Chris, we've got Lazy Dog, Yard House. We have all of those restaurants here, but we also have a ton of locally owned awesome restaurants. Some of our favorites are gonna be Mikuni. We love getting sushi here. You can never go wrong. Their sushi's always amazing. It's the best in the Sacramento area. On top of Mikuni, you also have Bennett's. Then you've got Nick's Taco, which is a great place. Nick's Taco recently won a Michelin Star Award. So definitely Roseville has something to offer when it comes to, you know, enjoying the food scene, getting out, you know, enjoying a date night out without having to travel too far. You can definitely get all of that done right here in Roseville as well. Now, the pro for living in Roseville, like I said, we personally live in Roseville. To me, the #1 pro for living in Roseville is gonna be that Roseville has its own municipality. I know we've talked about this in the past, but that's huge. So Roseville having its own municipality, you don't have to pay super high rates if you're living in Roseville for electricity. So it gets hot here in the summer, you're gonna have to run your AC. And if you live in Roseville, lucky you, you're a part of City of Roseville electricity. The rates are a lot more affordable. So that's definitely a pro, is being a part of Roseville, getting those cheaper rates, which kind of brings down that cost of living in Roseville. Definitely a huge pro to living in Roseville. Now, for me, the biggest con when it comes to living in Roseville, and you might agree with me, you might not agree with me, but it all kind of depends on what your, you know, lifestyle is, what you're into. But the biggest con for me is going to be the nightlife scene here. Now, Roseville does have some bars located in downtown or Old Town Roseville, where you can go check out the bar scene, but they're very limited. There's not as many. But besides that, everything in Roseville pretty much closes down between 9 and 10 o'clock. So if you want to get out, if you want to go, you know, clubbing or dancing or go enjoy, you know, bar hopping, you're definitely going to have to go into Sacramento to accomplish that. So just keep that in mind, that if you want to get out and enjoy that nightlife, that night scene, you know, Roseville's really not going to have that. They have a few bars, but not a ton. It is a suburb, so it does kind of shut down a little bit early. Nothing really gets crazy here at night. So that could be a pro, it could be a con, depending on what your lifestyle is. But it's just definitely something to know and think about when it comes to Roseville, California.
Now, the fourth mentioned community by Chat GPT is going to be Rockland. Now, Rockland's gonna be located about 30 to 45 minutes east of Sacramento, going up Highway 80 as you're going up towards Auburn, California. Now, Rockland's gonna be another one of those suburbs that's gonna be well known for its public education, outdoor recreation, and its tight-knit communities. Now, we're gonna be located out in Whitney Ranch. We're actually right down the street from the ranch house, which is gonna be a part of the HOA here, where they hold a ton of their community events for this particular neighborhood. Now, Rockland's gonna be another great city that we get a lot of phone calls about, mainly because people who are wanting to relocate to the area, they're wanting some of the best in public education. Now, one of my favorite things about Rockland is all of the different community events that it does for their residents. It doesn't matter if you're doing Celebrate America event over at Twin Oaks Park, or you're going to some of their summer concert series over at Quarry Park. It seems like they always have something fun going on, and there's a ton of pretty awesome parks to check out. So Quarry Park is one of them. We're over here in Whitney Ranch. They have a mega park over here by the high school. They have Twin Oaks Park, which is gonna be closer to kind of like that Stanford Ranch and Sunset area. And then you're also gonna have Quarry Park and then the Quarry Park Adventure. It's gonna be one of those outdoor adventure parks that are gonna be fun to take the entire family. Now, one of the cons, or I guess one of my things that I'm not really a huge fan of, now outside of all the community events that they put on by the city, the overall amenities for Rockland are gonna be pretty limited in regards to things to do or kind of your nightlife. So Rockland is gonna be primarily residential neighborhoods, parks sprinkled out throughout the area, and a lot of the amenities that people are going to frequent, it's gonna be located in one of the neighboring cities that Lauren's gonna talk about.
All right, next up on Chat GPT's list of best suburbs to live in outside of Sacramento is gonna be Davis. Now, Davis, California is known for a lot of things, but mainly it's known for being the home of UC Davis, the highly accredited university here. But Davis has so much more to offer than just being a college town. So let's talk about it. So Davis is located about 30 to 35 minutes west of Sacramento along Interstate 80, past the Causeway in Yolo County. Davis is known for its top-notch schools, being a biker community, as well as its fun, family-friendly community events that they do. Now, Davis is an awesome community. The people here are always super friendly. It's got a great kind of relaxed atmosphere and vibe. Now let's talk about schools here. So the schools here are highly rated. They're rated anywhere from an 8 to a 10 out of 10. They're very competitive when it comes to their sports programs. And then you also have the highly accredited UC Davis, which is ranked #1 in the nation for veterinary sciences as well as agricultural sciences. Now let's talk about one pro and one con for Davis, California. So my pro for Davis is definitely going to be the proximity to Sacramento. So it is super easy to get into Sacramento if you want to go check out a Kings game, or go into the city and kind of enjoy a nice night in Sacramento. It's easy to get there, it's quick. If you're not traveling during commute hours, it doesn't take that long to get there. And you just have so much that you can do in the heart of Sacramento, and you're super close to that. Now, my con for Davis is going to be the traffic here. So there is a ton of traffic throughout the city. You will experience, like I said, bikers. You'll be dodging kind of those college kids on bikes or people that are using that as a way to commute to and from work. You will have to be super attentive on the roads to make sure that you're aware of the bikers out there, and the traffic congestion to get across the city can take a good minute just because of how busy and how many people there are here with the UC being located here. So for me, that would definitely be the con, is the traffic congestion kind of in and around Davis, depending on the time of day and what's going on in the city, as well as the traffic congestion getting into Sacramento during peak commute time. So that's definitely something to keep in mind and be aware of. But other than that, Davis is a great place to live. It's a great community. It's got a family-friendly vibe. You've got, a ton of school spirit, a ton of school pride here with UC Davis being located here. We absolutely love it every time we come down to Davis. All right, so next up on Chat GPT's list of awesome suburbs outside of Sacramento, California is gonna be Granite Bay. So Granite Bay is located about 25 to 30 minutes northeast of Sacramento along Interstate 80 next to Roseville as you're headed on your way towards Lake Tahoe. Now, Granite Bay is known for that upscale living. They've got some ranch rural properties. They've also got, Folsom Lake, like I said, that's right behind me. And it's also really well known for its highly rated schools. Now, I've personally been involved in this community out here for many years with my daughters attending school out here, and one thing that I absolutely love about Granite Bay is definitely how friendly and how nice all of the people are out here all the time. And you definitely get that sense of community feeling in Granite Bay. People are really involved in their kiddos' activities. People are really involved in the community and really want to get to know their neighbors. It's a really great place. It's a great vibe that this city offers. Now, all of our daughters attend school in Granite Bay. I can tell you that all of these schools are highly rated schools. They rate anywhere from an 8 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 overall. 2 out of my 3 daughters are at Granite Bay High School right now. They're having an amazing experience. On top of this high school being highly rated, it's rated a 10 out of 10 in all categories on greatschools.org. They also have amazing sports programs, and they also offer really awesome advanced placement classes. So if you're looking to get your kiddo into a great school, Granite Bay definitely has you covered there. Now, on top of an amazing community, Granite Bay is also super close to Folsom Lake, which is where I'm at right now, which is one of the main reasons I think a lot of people like to live out here in Granite Bay, is because you can come, you can hang out, you can take your boat out here, you can go paddle boarding out here, you can hang out at the beach area. It's really, really beautiful to come out here and watch the sunsets, or if you like to go, hiking or walking or running, there's tons and tons of trails all around this lake that kind of offer that awesome outdoor vibe, outdoor experience, outdoor lifestyle. It's really, really cool place. All right, so kind of wrapping it up, I'll give you my pro and my con to Granite Bay. I think I kind of already gave away my favorite part of Granite Bay. My pro is definitely going to be the people here. The people here are super friendly. They're super involved in their kiddos' extracurricular sports activities, as well as they're super involved in, the schools here, which I think, definitely is probably what adds to why these schools are doing so well with their ratings. Now, my one negative, my one con to Granite Bay is that to get into this area, it is going to cost you more money. The houses out here are more expensive. So that is definitely a part of the con to Granite Bay, is that the entry price point to get into Granite Bay is going to cost you a little bit more. So that's something to keep in mind. But overall, this is a great area. It's a great place to be, and you will absolutely love it if you come and check out Granite Bay.
So if you're curious about any of the cities that we just mentioned, Roseville, Rockland, Granite Bay, Davis, or anything about the greater Sacramento area, we're gonna be throwing that phone number back up. We are the ones that answer every phone call, email, and text message. And just to remind you guys, we are licensed real estate agents in the state of California, which means that as much as we love making these videos, we also love helping you more with all of your real estate needs. So we do answer every phone call, email, and text message, and we absolutely love it when you guys reach out to us. So shoot us that phone call, that email, or that text, or better yet, schedule that Zoom call so we can do your one-on-one buyer consultation and figure out a way to make moving to the greater Sacramento area a little bit less of a headache. So just know that we got your back when it comes to moving to Sacramento.